What's the best way to make me mad?
Best way to piss you off?
You got a few of those.
Get into it with you on social media.
Oh my God, I fucking hate that shit. I do not play social media games. He gets into it well, I think I knew that to get your attention if I did it on social media.
I was trying to piss off.
Welcome back to my channel, Mother Suckers. Hey, I am Eloho, back with the looks, the facts, and the tea. And it looks like the very last of couple goals, Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert, has finally come to a settlement in their divorce case. Teyana Taylor privately filed for divorce after 7 years of marriage back in 2023. And the settlement has been finalized, with Teyana Taylor receiving 4 homes valued at over $10 million, a one-time 7-figure payment, various luxury vehicles, including a $300,000 Maybach. She retains 100% ownership of her companies, as she should, and Iman Shumpert is obligated to provide $8,000 a month in child support for their 2 daughters and cover the full cost of private school education. Teyana said, "My God, don't play about me, okay?" As a married woman, I'm sure that finalizing this divorce was a bittersweet moment for the both of them, but I'll never forget how Iman treated her throughout this process. Teyana wanted to keep things private, cool, calm, and collected, but he had other plans. And when the public started to speculate that there was a divorce due to cheating rumors, she took to her Instagram to say this: "I mind my business, don't bother nobody, and y'all know I've never played about my children, family, and our privacy. I have not spoken on this private matter to any media outlets or blogs, so everyone claiming Teyana said didn't get any statements directly from me. These statements were taken from private court documents that were leaked to the public. It is very heartbreaking that someone would take out the time to make such a private matter public for the world to see. However, protecting my family is one thing I've always done, and for my children, I will continue to do so. Please, if y'all love y'all play nieces, Junie and Rue, like y'all have shown, please allow myself and my family some privacy to resolve this matter in peace. Love y'all." And so her fan base was triggered even more to drag Iman, and she had to come out again and was like, not too much on my baby daddy, you know, that's still my best friend, you know, we still family, we still good, we cordial. And I get it. She knew that this process could get really messy and nasty, especially for her children, and she was just trying her best to keep things cool, calm, and collected. However, while Teyana was trying to handle things privately and be cordial, Iman was in his feelings and made everything public. I'm going to read some of the statements made from Teyana Taylor's attorney from the court proceedings. It says, "It is indeed unfortunate that the divorce proceedings between my client Teyana Taylor and her estranged husband Iman Shumpert became public yesterday, Wednesday, November 22nd, 2023. Ms. Taylor has tried to resolve this matter amicably and privately in order to protect all parties involved, particularly the parties' minor children. Ms. Taylor has always kept the minor children at the forefront of every decision that she has made during this process. For that reason, our firm filed all 3 divorce actions with initials only, including the current case. Ms. Taylor has remained gracious throughout this process. At 2:04 p.m. on November 22nd, 2023, Mr. Shumpert's lawyer surprised Ms. Taylor and her counsel by filing the attached motion to substitute true legal names as real parties' interest. The motion spells out both parties' full legal names. We were able to keep this divorce matter private as Ms. Taylor requested for 11 months. In this case, prior to Mr. Shumpert's motion revealing parties' legal names and making this matter public. Ms. Taylor has not spoken to any media at all about her divorce case. All of the blogs claiming that Ms. Taylor said anything were taken directly from Ms. Taylor's leaked court documents. This matter would very likely still be private if Mr. Shumpert's motion to substitute true legal names as real parties in interest was not filed at 2:04 p.m. yesterday. Moving forward, Ms. Taylor requests that the parties' privacy be respected such that the parties and their minor children are not negatively impacted and the parties' divorce can be finalized. And it was from this point on that I knew that this divorce was going to get real nasty and real public, and that Iman and his lawyers had an agenda, a very selfish agenda that would compromise their children, but to get back at Teyana. And this is all alleged, and according to TMZ, Teyana Taylor says Iman Shumpert cut utilities in home, leaving kids with no water. Teyana Taylor says Iman Shumpert ignores the safety of their children when they're in his care, accusing him of smoking weed and being under the influence when he's with them. Teyana Taylor alleges Iman Shumpert neglects the safety of their children. One specific incident outlined in the documents alleges that Shumpert placed the children in a rideshare in Chicago, having them dropped off at the United Center unaccompanied, while he utilized a private driver for his own transportation to the arena. Taylor contends that these actions collectively demonstrate a clear disregard for the safety of the minor children. And if there's one thing you don't do, as a new mama myself, one thing you don't do is play with the safety of my kids. Oh, absolutely not. And so all of this information was highly unforeseen because we all thought that Iman was an amazing dad and a family man. Like, this was devastating news. You just gotta be on drugs and high off your rocket to put 2 babies in a rideshare with a stranger as you go off somewhere else safe and sound with a private driver. Like, why not put the children with a private driver and another family member, and then you take the ride share or the Uber, or you can walk for all I care. Make sure them babies are safe first and foremost. I think Teyana was able to keep it cool with all of the cheating, all of the disrespect, all of the jealousy. But once you started putting her children in harm's way, she was like, nah, no more Miss Nice Girl. No more trying to protect your image. No more trying to pretend like everything is smooth. You're putting my children's life in danger. So here we go. Let's tell the truth. And so her lawyers got to work. And said, okay, there's a prenup here, right? He got a prenup, but in the prenup, there's a cheating clause. Now let's get into what a cheating clause is. A cheating clause is when one partner or both partners agree to pay up if they're ever caught cheating. Celebrities and wealthy couples usually use them to discourage infidelity and to secure the bag. It's like a relationship insurance policy, but in reality, no contract can fix the lack of loyalty. But what's crazier is that they had an open marriage. They were open about the fact that they invited other women, not men, into their bedroom. So to hear that he cheated, like, how greedy can you be? You already have Teyana Taylor as a wife, as the mother to your children. Then she's allowing you to sleep with other women with her approval. But now you gotta go behind her back and like, this is why you can't give niggas an inch. This is why. I personally believe, in my opinion, when she started to ascend in her career and he started to descend in his basketball career, I think he needed that ego boost. I think he needed to sleep with other women secretly to make him feel better about himself. And so it's bad enough he broke up their beautiful family, but then on top of that, you trying to drag her in court. Like, he wanted rights to her assets and to her businesses. Like, you did, Chris? And someone tweeted a statement I wanted to share with you guys. They said, while I'm happy that Teyana Taylor got to walk away on top in the divorce settlement, I'm saddened that she had to fight against someone she once thought she knew, someone she considered a best friend and treated as such. Behind the victory is a definite heartbreak. And so this is why they say money can't buy you happiness, money can't buy you loyalty, because I'm sure never in a million years did she think that she would be going through this with Iman. Like, they literally were best friends. And somewhere along the line, things got ugly, continued to get uglier. And I mean, financially, it worked out in her and her daughter's favor. Like, at least after putting me through all of that, at least we're secure financially and we're stable. But in the long run, I think Teyana Taylor will be just fine. She is out here booked and busy, directing, acting, and serving looks as per usual. That's Mufasa. Now, speaking of infidelity clauses, in the recent episode of Pod Wives, Joe Budden's longtime girlfriend, Sade, spoke about potentially including a infidelity clause in their prenup should they get married. Y'all check this out.
I'd like to add a cheating clause.
As you should.
In a marriage, like, I want to do this one time. I'm 38 and I've held off this long. It's not like I couldn't have, you know what I mean? Like, this is not what that, I want to be married one time. And if I decide to do this and go in front of my family and God, and it's like, yes, oh God, you know, forever and ever and ever, like, I want it to be that.
Right.
So if you plan on going in front of my entire family and yours and taking this vow and taking this step, and then think you're still gonna go cheat on me after that. No, we should have just stayed where we were at. I don't want to be in that time. I'm too old for that. I got too many kids. Like, it's too much. I'm tired. Like, I want to have my soulmate, my person, and we just live happy. We're traveling and just loving and living. I don't want to have to deal with all that. So if that's the type of time you're on, cool. But I just know it's going to be something that's going to make him think twice. Like, because we should be able to talk through some things. If there's something, whatever is causing you to feel like you need to cheat, hey, why don't we come together and figure out what is that?
Got it.
How can we fix it, and let's do that.
Got it.
So then you don't even have to get there.
Yeah.
Got it.
That makes sense.
That's fair, I think.
Before this, I wasn't too familiar, but the more that I hear about it, the more that I'm doing research, like, yeah, absolutely, 100%, because you could be an amazing wife, or let's say partner, because women cheat too, right? You can be an amazing partner, an amazing parent to the children, an amazing spouse, and here you go, this dodo brain, think you gonna slip and fall in some ass and ruin everything, and I'm just supposed to move on like nothing happened. Oh, no. But obviously, right, this goes based on tax brackets. Don't you regular Joe Schmoes out there start saying, oh, this is why I'm not getting married, because y'all trying to have infidelity. See, because a lot of y'all don't really be husband material to begin with, because if you were husband material to begin with, we wouldn't even need an infidelity clause. Right? Apparently this is something very normal in Hollywood, and many celebrity couples have fidelity clauses or fidelity fines in the prenups. But y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. How do you feel about the divorce settlement? Obviously leaning more in Teyana Taylor's favor, but obviously she was the victim here. Would you sign an infidelity clause, or would you require that your fiance sign an infidelity clause? Like, is that something that you would put in the prenup? Girl, really sit down and think about it. Because it's easy to talk about other people, but when it's you really got to sit down and think, like, would I be comfortable signing that? Or would I be comfortable asking my fiance to sign that? And if they say no, I'm not signing that. You crazy? Like, get that out of my face. I ain't signing no infidelity clause. Is that a deal breaker? Is that a red flag? Y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all at the next one. Later.
You want to actually
I'm pretty
experience
sure
time
that
with-
every one of these motherfuckers playing video games in they draws. If they had Teyana at home, they wouldn't fucking play video games either, bro. What is you playing games
And I
for?
think
That's why I didn't play games
and
for the
I think
longest,
that's the
nigga.
problem.
I'm playing ball and coming home to tea. What
when
video
I started
game?
talking